Hello, everyone. Give me like 2 seconds. We're about to start. My special guest, I see you. If you can hear me, wave your hands. Wave your hands in the air. Actually, I should tell you to spread them cheeks, but that might be too explicit. But you'll be doing that shortly. Just give me a second, guys. In the meantime, share, like, subscribe. Okay, I'm here. I'm ready. Let's get started, shall we?
That's
Hey,
nice. Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I love the makeup.
Thank you. Something I just threw it get together.
Yes, I love it. So, for the viewers that may not know, introduce yourself. Tell us about you, what you do before we get into, you know.
Well, I'm BOUGIENEENAA. I was a part of a Bad Bitch section filming crew, or whatever the case is. I also have my own show coming out called the Zodiac House. It will be something that's globally around. I have my own LLC. I have my own EIN. I have my own business called CHEEKZ LLC. You can get anything to enhance your beauty from learning how to do hair credit to clothes to shoes to fashion to eyelashes to whatever it is that you guys want to, enhance yourself. Um,
Okay.
pretty much sums up about me. I'm a dancer. I'm a stripper. I'm a whatever you want me to
Okay, I love it.
be.
So, what made you want to even get into the reality TV world in general?
Well, I've been dancing and stuff for a while, doing little parties and stuff, and then people started kind of like booking me for little things, and I actually was liking the way that world. I didn't have intentions on getting into the TV world. Coming out to even be a producer, I was just laying in the bed one day, and me and my girlfriend was high, and we was just thinking, cause we always watching shows, and we was just thinking of like, something else for us to do because we normally travel. So this particular time, we was like, well, what if we do a show? We done caught on to how they do it, and we like let's figure out how to do that. So yeah, we just sitting there thinking. We get a little bit higher, and we like, she's all like, well, why you don't call it the Zodiac House? And I'm like, you know what? That is pretty interesting. Call it the Zodiac House. So, I took my idea, I mastered it, I figured out how I wanted to do it, and I presented it to a certain platform, and that platform kind of sent me to two particular people. And when I let them hear the concept of my show, because I was looking for a consultant at the time, they asked me to be a part of their show. So it was kind of like a trade for a trade, even though it was like more so I paid them, but not the full price if you come onto my show and X, Y, and Z. So I
Barter and
agreed to,
trading services. We all done it in
yes,
the entertainment industry.
yeah. So I agreed to do that, and it just went from there.
Okay, so before we get into it went from there, like everyone is waiting on, um, can you give us a little details on your show, Zodiac House? I know you haven't filmed yet, you're getting things together, but can you just give us a little details on it? Tell us what it's going to be about, things
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah, so a little bit of tea of the Zodiac House. It was something that I created by myself. So when I created it, I was thinking to have, bosses in the house come into this house and be able to exploit their talent. I want them to be able to, come into the house to get clout, because I normally see a lot of people be like, I wasn't able to show what I do. I wasn't able to perform my business. I wasn't able to do this and that. So I was like, how about I be that house? And in the midst of that, I wanted to learn more about more zodiac signs because I took an interest in it for this past year. I was interested in zodiac. So, coming up with the zodiacs and, making sure that they have something to bring to the table so that they can get noticed, I can get noticed, the show can get noticed. I have to find bosses to do that. So I decided to put them all in the house, have them spend a short amount of time together. And over that period of time, they'll be performing, they'll be supporting other people, they'll be networking, we'll be providing their all their transportation from hair, makeup, and everything. And they'll just be utilizing our equipment to basically perform whatever it is that they do, whether it's music, whether it's tattooing, they can make commercials, they can make music videos, they can do a modeling, they can do all that. And in the midst of that, you guys will be completing challenges. So in those challenges, they're more so of knowledge challenges. You're going to be knowing, how to progress yourself, how to walk, how to talk, how to do all of that. And then, of course, there's a cash prize. And of course, there's something to look forward to at the end. So not only will you be leaving this house, gaining a lot of other exposure, promoting your business, gaining knowledge, competing against other people, trying to win that spot for the final prize. But you'll be leaving out of the house with, from our cash prize to our contract ambassadors that we have going on, you'll be able to meet new people. And most and foremost, you'll be able to take the knowledge that you had and gained in this house and take it somewhere else. Because when this show come out, I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, everybody that I put out here, somebody's going to want them for something. They're going to want them. They're going to see what they create in the house. So I made sure that me and my team went and found the best equipment, the best editor, the best this, the best that to make this the best show.
Wow, this sounds next level.
Yeah.
You better come with it, bitch. Okay.
Period.
I love it. I love it down from the concept of having different zodiacs to actually working on your business and what you do a priority. That's something that's very different from a lot of the shows that we see.
Yeah.
So getting into the other show, just tell us once you contacted them and they, you guys set the agreements and things like that, what happened from there?
So from there, I agreed to do their show, whatever. They gave me a little bit of background about it because I never had heard about it before. So they gave me some background about it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. From there, one of them was helping me with my project. So I would invite them over to the house when I was doing my meetings and my auditions and my things like that for my show, and I'll invite them over. And in the midst of that, we kind of built it like a relationship, a business ship, So we took it from there, and then everything was all good up until, really the day of filming. So from there, like, I was told that, they had this show with this production team and all of this and all of that, and it's going to be on Now That's TV, and they had a platform for it to go to. So I'm all like, okay, I'm pretty geeked up, like I'm excited, like this is my first show, and that's what I expected moving forward, and until the day of filming.
So what were the expectations that the show was going to be about when they presented the idea to you?
First and foremost, when they presented to me the show, it was a little bit kind of an unclear expectation wise of me. I wasn't really sure what it was that they wanted me to do as far as playing my role on being in the the baddie section. So they explained it to me about, it's just baddies, baddies being in this house and, showing their talent or whatever it is. And then it went from that to now we're women empowerment. Once we got in the house, it was kind of more so this is women empowerment, this is this and that. But it was a little bit too late to kind of switch the narrative of it because everybody was coming in on I'm a badass bitch and I'm coming to fight, period. So, it was I really never understood which one it was to be. So, I just kind of stood in the middle.
Right. Okay. So when you got in the house, what happened? Like, was it just a typical meeting? How long did it take for things to really pop off? And you see that, oh, this is not what I signed up to be a part
of. When I walked in, I came just to impress like they asked. So when I walked in, I was expecting to be, ready to go from the door. So, when I walked in, it was more so meet and greet, walking around, meeting the girls that are there, waiting on the girls that are coming. So it was a lot of us sitting around, hanging out, partying, shaking ass, and, getting a lot of that. And then I noticed things kind of swifted when the Fab Four or whatever Fab Five came. They kind of came a little later in the day. I guess they was behind in traffic. So when they got there, the vibe kind of went down from there.
Okay. And did you know anyone? You didn't know anyone part of the cast prior to getting on the show.
I didn't know anyone prior to the cast except for Tiny. Tiny did audition for the Zodiac house, and I kind of built a business relationship with her outside of Bad Bitches section. She was also chosen to be in part of the Zodiac house, and she was supposed to be a part of my show as well.
Okay. So from the first night, what started happening next, and when did the problem start occurring? How long were you guys filming first? Let us know that.
Well, we never started filming. This is going on to that night. The first night we kind of filmed about how we felt about being in the house, and we were sitting on the couch filming about that. And me being who I am, they got to me and asked me a question, and while everyone was sitting around, they asked the question of how do you feel about being here, whatever the case is. So I answered their question, and I figured it off with but I do feel a little division in here. I do feel some tension, and I do feel, like there's some separation in the house. So that kind of like opened the door for the bullshit.
Okay. Do you think it was anything that the producers had something to do with, or do you think it was just normal girl drama?
As far as like what the division in the house.
Yeah, the initial division that you guys started to feel the beginning in the first.
I don't feel like the producers had anything to do with it, but I do feel like there was a previous conversations about the new girls that were in the house that maybe shouldn't have been discussed with the other cast members, because there shouldn't have been no reason why they came in so, so tense.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where the tension could have came from?
The only tension that I can get is, if you don't know me and you're around me and you're tense and you're uncomfortable, that only leads to jealousy.
Mm. So, next we know that we had Miss Natural, a part of the house. Shout out to her.
Period. That's my
Um,
sis.
when did she come in? Was she an initial guest, or was she like one of the extra girls that were coming in, as you said?
No, Natural actually was supposed to be a part of the team as far as production wise. She was coming in as a celebrity guest on the show. I guess they had invited her to come in to, do a little bit of advocating and talking to the girls and stuff, and being able to get a feel of them and how they feel about being in the house.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, that just wasn't the case.
What do you mean that wasn't the case?
It wasn't the
It's so
case because
simple.
if you may, I can continue this story and until I'm done. But
Oh yeah, go ahead.
okay, cool, okay. So she came, and before she came, the night before she came, and they were getting her situated on the phone. They did let her know that you're not gonna have your own room. They kind of hit her with a couple of bombs that she wasn't expecting. So she was already a little bit irritated by that. And this is me being right there listening to a conversation. I don't never want to piggy off of nothing that I think or that I assume. So, this situation, I was there in the moment, and she was a little upset about the fact that she would have to share a room and that they didn't have that figured out for her. So she's all like, okay, well, you know what? I'll still come. I'll just get my own, my own room somewhere else. So she did that. They had her come, and I guess when she was landing, she was supposed to land at 10:15, and when she landed, she was expecting for a car to be there to pick her up, and it wasn't. So there was another problem. Why am I just sitting here at the airport? I don't know where I'm going or what to do, because I'm supposed to be shooting straight to you guys to do the photo shoot. So she wasn't, she's just sitting there now. So she's a little bit irritated about that. She calls them, however they get on the topic. I ended up walking in after the fact. So when I came there, I realized that T was on the phone going back and forth with her a little bit, and he told me that she's mad because we wasn't there to pick her up, but she called us a little late and she knew this and she knew that, or whatever the case is. And my immediate, reaction was, just calm down. You could have told someone to go pick her up and be there, because they don't have a car to go get her. So I wasn't expecting for them to pick her up. But even if if you had someone coming into that house, we all assumed that you guys had arrangements for her to get to the house. But she and us was not aware of that. So they're going back and forth, and T is just he's super mad, and I don't give a fuck, and this and this and that, and if she come or she don't come, and this and that, and he's all like, now she's saying she doesn't want to come. And I'm like, at some point, when you're in situations like this, you have to do a little bit of I don't know if you want to call it ass kissing, but you have to comfort your guests that you want to come in the house. So you're gonna have to tone it down a little bit and try to level out with her. And I'm trying to tell him that arguing and raising your voice is not going to convince her to come here. So he's at the point to where he's like, I'm over, I don't care. So, being the person that I am, I decided to reach out to her. So when I reached out to her, I simply stated, like, hey, I hear about what's going on. I wish I would have knew that you needed you needed a ride to come back to the house or whatever, because I would have made sure that I came and picked you up, if anything, because I'm here in my car. I live out here. So, I have my transportation. And she, she expressed her concerns and stuff. And, I'm like, we really want you to be here. The girls and I, we all were looking forward to you being here, despite what you're going through. T got a lot of that he has going on right now. So he's probably just a little frustrated, but, we want you to be here. So can you please give me 1 second?
No problem. In the meantime, if you guys have questions, drop them in the comment section. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this video, because it's starting to get juicy.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
So from there, I had, was talking to her, and she was expressing her concerns, and she was a little bit, at that point, she was even more uncomfortable. So she went from not wanting to come to, she was like, okay, I'll just come, or whatever the case is. So she comes, and another person hits her up and, was expressing her concerns to her as well. Like, hey, we want you to come, X, Y, and Z. And she decided to come from there. So we were the reason why she still came, because we reached out to her. But when she got there, it wasn't nothing, what she thought it was. We were sitting around waiting for the camera crew to get there. We waiting for, everything to start. And, I guess it did start already. And, that's when we found out that there was no camera crew, no editor, no production, no security, no anything. So not only is she more irritated.
How long did it take how many days did it take for you guys to figure this out?
That same night.
So what happened next?
So after that, she's feeling the vibe. She's, hanging out and stuff. She's neutral with everybody. And, I guess she started feeling a vibe, or whatever the case is. So from there, let me see what else happened from there. From there, we're just hanging around, chilling and stuff. And, it was time for us to start filming. The girls wouldn't be quiet and stuff. So, she'll go in there, she'll talk to the girls, ask them if they can be quiet and stuff. And the other girls, the Fat Four girls, they were just hella disrespectful, hella disrespectful. So the next day, she left or whatever, and we, gonna start this day over. We go pick her up from her room, and while we're gone, I get a phone call about the girls, the Fab Four. They're at the house talking about me. We'll do this and we'll do that. And she's all like, why? Like, what's going on with the wood? And I'm, we're telling her, about what's been going on or whatever. So as her being who she's supposed to come onto the show and do, which is advocate and talk to the girls and stuff, she tries to do so, and it didn't go well. So from there, it was we had a house meeting, And I believe this was on we're on the third day by now or something. We
Mm-hmm.
have a house meeting, and everybody is voicing their opinions. So they were more so letting the people who didn't need to talk, because they were the ones who was causing the problems throughout the hours and weedies of the night and the morning, because the morning we did another party scene, and everything was good. So there everybody is talking, and I said, I'm a little bit confused. I'm confused how you guys are conducting this meeting, because you guys are letting the people with the problems talk, but you're not letting the people that's trying to figure out what's going on speak. And she piggied off of that and was like, I'm a little bit confused as well. And she said what she had to say. When she said what she had to say, Isaiah and them kept kind of like talking over her. So she kept, she was trying to get her point across, whatever. And Isaiah just, he got a little aggressive, and he with his voice, and he stood up. So when he stood up, natural being natural, it's like, what you standing up for? So she
Mm-hmm.
simply asked him, why are you standing up? What so he gets to yelling and going back and forth, and she immediately gets in defense mode, because you have this man standing up at you, he's raising his voice, and you already done asked him several times, why are you standing up and why are you raising your voice at me? I'm not a cast member. I'm you guys aren't treating me as as a guest here. I'm feeling kind of weird. What's going on? Like, and he's continuously yelling at her. So at that point, it was a bit of a chaos. So I get up, I go over to her, and we try to get everybody to settle down. But in the midst of that, Isaiah is still charging, and on top of Isaiah charging, T comes charging after him. So after T's charging, we have two men charging at this one girl, yelling at her and backing and cornering her into, even though she was definitely could have held her own, but we were there, and it was kind of like a little rumble, we're all scared for our life at this point, because we have these two men charging at us, and we don't know what they're finna do. So we're all
Mm-hmm.
trying to protect her, because this is the guest. Like, you can't, no, no. So we're yelling, no. We're screaming. We're going crazy. Everybody's going crazy. And then they're telling her, get the fuck out, get the fuck out, get the fuck out. So they're shoving us and pushing us towards the door to get her out. So they got us out, and we were outside. And in the midst of all that, he decided to say, don't be running up on my man. And mind you, we're all women.
Right.
We're all women. Only thing we was concerned about is our guests, as we should. We was concerned about the safety of her. Wasn't nobody in their right mind, except for the Fab Four that didn't do nothing, that didn't budge, came over there to help and protect her, even though she could have, she's natural, she can handle her own. But we aren't that
Right.
type of people, so we went to her defense. So they ended up kicking her out, and kicked us all out, and they locked the door. They locked the door, and we're outside, really like tripped out right now. We're
Are
like, what
you
the hell?
serious?
Yes, we're like, what the hell just happened? What's going on? We're sitting there just really thinking, like, what the fuck just happened? So, naturally she's talking, and then she gets a little bit, like, are you serious? Is this what I'm going through right now? So she was a little bit emotional, not crying, but she was emotional, because she's like, I can't understand why I'm getting treated like this. Like, why I'm not allowed to have a voice, and you guys wanted me to come in here to have a voice, but when I try to speak my voice, you guys aren't. So then she started letting us know, I didn't even get paid to come here, I didn't this and I didn't that. So it's like, now everybody is knowing what's really going on with her situation. It's like, well, that's even worse. That's
Right.
even worse, that you had to come out here, you couldn't get a room, you couldn't get nothing on them, you had to travel out here on your own expenses, get your own room, get your own everything, and they just left you for dead and kicked you out of the house. So of course I would be furious too. So instead of them coming outside trying to consolidate with her and make sure that she was okay, they came outside yelling again. So they came outside yelling again, and at this point it's like, okay, now I'm offended, now I'm irritated, because at the end of the day, I'm the one, and the biggest is the one who reached out to her and told her to come, and we really wanted her to be here. So now I feel like I'm out of place, because I'm the one who convinced her to be there. So at this point, they're all like, whoever's a cast member, if you're a cast member, come in the house. So they tried to make us leave her outside. They tried to make us leave her outside, talking about whoever's a cast member come in the house. We need to continue with the whatever. And I'm just standing there. It's me, the biggest, and Ling. We're just standing there, and we're like, we ain't going nowhere. At that point, I'm like, I'm gonna call my bitch to come pick us up because I'm not gonna even stay here. I'm scared. At this point, like, y'all just charged at her, and then she was like, she even calmed down. We got her to calm down. Isaiah came back outside, and she's all like, come here, Isaiah, because I just really want to talk. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, X, Y, and Z. And he tells her, I don't want to talk. Fuck this, fuck that. I don't give a damn. So he goes off and goes back in the house. So she's all like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, fuck it. Even after y'all kick me out, tried to jump me and do all this extra stuff, I'm still sitting here because y'all supposed to be my brothers. I'm still sitting here trying to figure out a way to continue to do this show and get back on the same page, but you're still yelling and stuff. So she's all like, at this point, I'm over it. So we're sitting out there, and then T comes out and was like, because I didn't do anything. She's all like, what? She's all like, are you serious? What you mean you didn't do anything? You came charging at me, telling me don't run up on your man. I am a woman. At the end of the day, I am a woman. You telling me don't run up on your man, and y'all running up on us. Y'all running up on me. So she's all like, I don't want to talk to you if you were just lying. Like, I don't have nothing to say if you're lying about what you did. So she's all like, so you didn't say X, Y, and Z? And he's all like, I didn't say that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's some weird shit going on. After that, Isaiah comes out and try to talk to Natural. I don't want to talk at this point. I'm over it. I tried already. I tried several times, and at this point, I don't want to talk anymore. I'm over it. So he gets mad again and go in the house, and I'm telling them, like, you guys are going about this all wrong. Even if you guys messed up, but it's a way to fix this. We're all up here. Bring it down here. Meet her halfway. Give some sympathy. Give some hospitality to her, and maybe, just maybe, y'all can come back together and get back in the house and continue filming. But they didn't do that. So me and the badass crew, my crew, we're out there and we're like, talking to her and stuff, and we convinced her to go back in the house. And we go back in the house, and we're in the room chilling and just talking about it, whatever the case is. And it kind of went from there, and she still stayed. And still was being treated bad, treated like she was just a cast member. Anytime she'll go into the room and say anything to anybody or want to talk to anybody, it was always a problem. So one day we're laying in the room, they're doing confessionals because, as you know, there's only one camera in the house, and there's only one cameraman. So that person is doing confessionals. So we have to sit in the room and be quiet while they're doing those confessionals, which is the whole season, which is only the thing that they, recorded was confessionals. So we're in the room being quiet and doing our thing, and we see a live pop up, and it's the little bitches from Fab 4 in their room talking shit. Natural, like, are you? And they're talking shit. Not only talking shit, they're saying Natural's name on live, talking shit about her, and talking shit about me, saying that I didn't like them, and just talking shit about all of us and why they didn't like us. So she gets to the point where it's like, okay. So she get up. She can't take it no more. She get up. She goes to the room, and she's all like, "Why y'all on live talk about production? Why y'all on live talking about me? Why y'all got my name in y'all mouth?" And guess what they say? We're not. No, we're not. No, we wasn't. We're like, yes, you were. And at that point, I'm over there to the room now. I'm like, yes, you guys were. You guys were just talking about production on live. Like, what's up? Like, what do y'all want to do? At this point, it's like, do y'all want to fight? Like, do y'all, is this what we got to do? Because you guys would not just leave shit alone. Why are y'all in the next room talking shit about us? Like, we're not going to come address y'all. So they're all like, we didn't do this, we didn't do that, we're not doing this, whatever. So we're like, at this point, we just want to fight. They didn't want to fight. Isaiah and them come in there, running in there. We're not filming. We're not filming. We turn around like, bitch, you never filming. You never fucking filming. At this point, we ain't doing this shit for no TV. This is real live ass shit. Because if you wasn't filming them bitches on live, we wasn't being filmed watching this shit. So we going in there in real life checking the bitch. We don't give a fuck about a camera. You go get it. If you want this shit, go get it. Because we'll give you something to show because we finna dig off in these bitches' ass. And that's where we was at. We was up there at this point. Because this is like day 4 of us fucking having to, hear and nitpick and this and that. So from there, another house meeting, of course. Bullshit, another house meeting, another bunch of stupid shit. And at this point, I got something to say. I have something to say after listening to everybody over there saying what they have to say. I finally have something to say. So I politely raised my hand, and I'm all, I'm gonna be direct with who I'm talking to. So I'm all like, let me first and foremost say, Tiny, I'm talking to you. And she looks up and then she looks down, and I said, and when I'm talking to you, you need to look at me when I'm talking to you. If you a boss, you need to talk to a boss like a boss. So she looks up. So I proceed to tell her what I said, who the fuck do you think you is? She's all like, I'm just Tiny. I said, no, bitch, who the fuck do you think you is to me? She's all like, and then she goes and she looks down. I said, bitch, look at me when I'm fucking talking to you. I'm talking to you, ho. So she looks at me again, and I proceeded to what I have to say. She's all like, you don't have to yell. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Bitch, you walk around here yelling all motherfucking day like you this big badass whoop. I said, bitch, do you got a problem with me? Do you got a fucking problem with me? Because I just checked her. I checked her from front to finish. And at the end of that, she didn't have nothing to say. And I told her, and bitch, you better still show up to the motherfucking Zodiac house, bitch. Because I'm going to show you how to be a motherfucking producer. Y'all sitting up here talking about she's a co-producer. She a co-producer. I said, as long as y'all got this bitch as a co-producer, I'm not fucking staying here. I am going home. This bitch don't know what the fuck she doing. How you going to have a motherfucking cast member as a co-producer and a cast member? I said, I don't respect this bitch. I said, Tiny, I don't fuck with you, bro. I don't fuck with how you get down. I said, on some business shit, I could teach you how to be a producer. But on some personal shit, bitch, I'll never fuck with you. I would never fuck with you. I said, you scandalous and you grimy. You coming in here talking about something you don't speak unless spoken to. Who the fuck do you think you are? Bitch, you ain't shit. You ain't no motherfucking body in the way that I was raised, bitch. You walk into somebody's house, you speak to who you see. And that's how you do that. And she's all like, well, I'm just saying, that's just me. I said, well, this is just me now. I said, now you done brought a whole different side of me. I said, so this is what you get, and this is how it's going to be from now on. She's all like, whatever. Storms off, whatever the case is. And I don't know what ended up happening. I'm telling her, you better still show up to the fucking Zodiac house. Because at the end of the day, I didn't come in here to try to put them together, the Zodiac house and bad bitches section. I said I was going to give her a fair shot. I wasn't going to take whatever happens in this house and have it against, because that's not bossy. That's not how bosses move. So I said I was going to separate the two, and whatever happened there, but we still got business over here. So I told her, we still got business over here, and you better still bring your ass to the show. And she's all like, whatever, okay. So she says nothing at this point. She's humble. She is humble.
Ooh. BBS Insider said, did Tiny pay for the B&B?
The girls paid for the Airbnb. They charged the girls $120 to $140 to pay for the Airbnb. And however they came up with the rest of the money, I don't know what kind of
cast members
scamming activities they did to be able to pay for the Airbnb. But the girls that came in, bought their own tickets and flew in from other states all around the world, purchased the Airbnb.
Somebody said they put that's Sunshine. She said she put $300 on the Airbnb.
So yeah, I'm definitely not going to tell no information that I don't have the facts on. So they definitely have the girls pay $100 to $140 each. And I'm coming to find out more. Some people put more, just like she said. She put what she said, $300-400. That ain't how you conduct a show. If you ain't got it, don't pretend like you got it. You sitting up here telling the people that, we finna be on Now That's TV, we finna do this. You got these girls thinking all around the world that they finna be showed on a platform, and you don't even have a platform to put it on. You're lying to these girls. You're putting their dreams and hopes up and made them spend all this money to come out to find out that it's just an Instagram show.
So, for clarification, before we get on with the story, when you're doing a reality show, for those who are looking to be on reality TV, things like that, should you come out of pocket for things like where to stay, flights, food, transportation, especially if you're coming from out of state?
Can you repeat that? I don't know what happened with the phone, but it was kind of choppy.
No problem. I said, for those before we get on, for those who are watching who are interested in getting into reality shows and things, can you clarify? Should you pay for like somewhere to stay, flights, food, transportation? Is that if you're a cast on a show, should you pay for those things?
I feel like absolutely not. Depending on, how much you're taking to invest in that project. For me, me coming from the ground up, I couldn't guarantee that I was able to pay for all the girls' flights. But when I presented the opportunity to them and they had problems or trouble wanting to get help with their flight, I definitely took initiative and made sure that me and my team was able to purchase any extra things that they needed to purchase, help them with their flights if they need to be helped with flights, make sure that they have a place to stay for free. I'm doing all of this off of my own expense, so I'm expecting it to be that way. If you're telling me that I'm going to be on Now That's TV, then I'm expecting to get compensated, or my flight getting taken care of, or a room to sleep in, and I'm not expecting to have to help you pay for the whole show. I'm not expecting for you to have to come in and spend a dime on anything, because that's not how you put together a show. You take your investment, you put your investment into a show, and then you wait with patience to get your money back. And if you don't have it like that, then you need to wait until you can get it like that. Because having these girls pay for their own flights, having these girls pay for their own their own stay, you're basically charging these girls for a bed. And that's not how you do business when it comes down to reality TV. If you want us on your show, make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. Unless some girls just prefer, to pay for their own stuff. Some of my girls definitely pay for their own ticket, and that's kudos to you, because you're a boss at the end of the day. And if you want to be a boss and pay for your own ticket, hey, I'm not gonna say nothing. But if you needed help, I got you. For the ones who didn't need help but wanted me to pay, I got you. For the ones who just needed a little bit of help, I got you. And I made sure that everybody, was able to come comfortably and have to spend not another dime. We even bought outfits for them. We bought everything that they really need is on us. That's how I feel.
True. Very well said, because it's like I said, there's a lot of different TV shows coming out, and there are a lot of different stories on accommodations and things like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
totally agree with you. If I'm casting on the show and y'all gonna take this footage and do what y'all want to, I need something
Yeah,
coming in the
exactly.
dough.
Exactly. That's how I feel about the whole thing. If you're trying to be a producer and you're trying to get into this field, you need to make sure your pockets is right a little bit. Because if your pockets ain't right, then it ain't gonna work and it's gonna backfire on you. Because now that you guys' pocket wasn't right, now you're gonna get a lot of backlash, because not only was the show fake, but the show wasn't even a show. And then you charged me to be here, and then I had to pay $500, $400 for a plane ticket just to be here, or I have to put $80 in my tank just to come here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now you got angry people. And this is what's
Hmm.
happening. His backlash is happening because not only did you have all these people do this, but you didn't conduct a show. You didn't create a show. We didn't film. There's no narrative of the show that you are trying to put out there. So,
Totally agree.
so
Um,
girls is upset.
I would be too. So speaking of upset, the Fab Four or Five, were they expressing the same dissatisfaction as you guys when it came to the accommodations, or was it a completely different feeling for them from what you guys can see?
They were fine. They were comfortable, and they came in and knew where they were going and knew how they were sleeping, and apparently they was comfortable with where they were. They were all in one room at that. Us the girls, we were split up in different rooms. These particular girls was put up in one room by themselves. So it's like they came in already knowing that, walking around here, this is my house, this is my house, until a bitch like me humbled them. Because they never said it again. Because I don't give a damn who house this is. At the end of the day, it's everybody's house if y'all charging these girls $120 to even be here.
True. Totally agree. So, moving along with the story, what seemed to happen next?
Nothing really seemed to happen next except for a bunch of talking, a bunch of yip yap and shit that, behind closed doors and stuff. That stuff that is like, okay, now we at the point where they're all like, we think that you should have a talk with Tiny without the crew or without anybody's crew around. I said, so y'all want me to tell Tiny the same shit that I had to tell her the other day to her face, but a little bit closer. So you really want me to do that? I'm down. But I'm not gonna go and I'm not gonna go talk to her like no woman, because that's not a woman. At this point, you're my child, bitch. Call me mommy. And that's how the fuck I feel from moving forward. I said, so if she wanna talk to me, she better figure out a way to come talk to me. So she figured out a way to come talk to me. Had Chanel. Chanel came in there with like bougie Isaiah and T wanna talk to you. So I go in the room and it's not Isaiah and T. Well, they're in there, but it's Tiny sitting on a chair, sitting in the front like she's still a producer. So I sit down and I'm like, what's up? And she's all like, because I just feel, I feel like, by you telling me that I should show up to your show, I should show up to your show. So I get down and I'm all like I said, you better still show up to my show. I'm not changing shit that I said. I don't fuck with you. And I just go the fuck in, because it's like, you came and you tried to sneak me in this room, bro. You knew that I wasn't going to come to you, and you ain't even boss enough to come and talk to me on your own. You have to send somebody to trick me to come in this room and talk to you. Natural comes in the room, or she's already in the room. I can't remember, but she's in the room or whatever. And I'm all, I'm telling her the same shit. And she's all like, well, I just feel like you shouldn't be telling me that. I said, and I'm still telling you that. I said, I'm still telling you that. I still stand on what I said. I said, you looking at me now. I thank you for looking at me now. I said, but do you want to fight? Because at this point, what else is there to do? She's all like, well, if you want to fight. I'm like, Tiny, like, I'm done with the games and shit, because at this point, you playing. Do you want to fight? Well, only if you want to fight. I just feel like we have business going on. I said, like I said the other day, I don't fuck with you, and you still better show up to my show. I still don't fuck with you. I would never fuck with you on no personal level, bro. You too weird, and I don't do weird. I said, you trying to be a producer? I said, I want you to come onto my show so you can see how it is to be a producer, because I'm going to show you, bitch, for the first time of me even being a producer. I'm going to show you. And at this point, my demeanor changes, my everything changes, like it was when I approached her when we had the house meeting the other day. I'm more of a, my other side came out. The side that I don't want to decide that I put to rest when I was about fucking 18, 19 years old. I'm 29 years old now. I shouldn't have to be coming at a bitch, checking a bitch. I shouldn't have to be even in a situation with another bitch at that. So me having to come at to you like that, bitch, I have to keep the same energy now moving forward. I can't fuck with you. I'm no longer fucking with you, but we can do business, and that's just that. And she's all like, okay, in the midst of that, Lucky comes in the room and was like, see, look, I wasn't talking about them. I wasn't talking about them. And me and Natural was like, first of all, get out, because this ain't you coming in here with some irrelevant ass shit. We been done checked you on that. We heard you already. Like, why the fuck are you in here? So she walks out, and then I'm all like, yeah, you need to go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. So as I'm sitting down, she walks up from behind me, but I hear her yelling. So I stand the fuck up, because now, bitch, who the fuck you think you walking up on, bitch? Who the fuck do you think you walking up on? Don't walk up on me from behind my back. Didn't y'all just have a situation where the biggest walked up on Perk? She walked up on Perk, and y'all checked her for doing that, because y'all take that as some type of oh, I want to fight. So now I'm in your face, bitch. What the fuck is up? Don't walk up on me. Well, I'm just saying. So her tone goes down, and she ends up, getting pushed out of the room. As soon as she get pushed out of the room, she back yelling, she this, she that, she that. So I'm like, all right, bet. I didn't even have to say nothing. I came out of the room. My bitches was standing out there with their shoes on, ready to fucking fight. I go put my shoes on. At this point, it's time to have a motherfucking WWE SmackDown in this bitch. Because I don't know who the fuck y'all bitches think y'all is. So we walking around the house. I'm walking around the house. Which one of you bitches need a motherfucking fade? Which one of you bitches trying to get down? Which one of you bitches want to do a 30-second? Which one of you bitches want to do a head up? Like, and nobody. They go in the room. They go back in the room and they never came back out ever since. Never came back out. I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm ready to go. You know, this shit is stupid. The cameras ain't never fucking rolling when y'all need to actually get the real shit that's going on up in here. It's too much bullshit going on. Y'all bitches just forcing me to not like y'all. At this point, I done tried to talk to y'all. I even came to the house one of the mornings and brought the bitches some workout outfits from my boutique for a challenge that we were supposed to do that we never even did. The bitches came, running to the outfits, getting their outfits. I even gave one of the bitches my own personal outfit that I was going to put on. I gave it to Tiny because that's what a boss do. I gave it to her and I said, here, you can wear the shit that I was going to wear. I'll find something. I'll put something together because I'm going to still make it look good. So I give them all their outfits, whatever the case is, and y'all still being weird to me. I done gave y'all outfits. I came in y'all room the first night when I said that there was a division in the house. I went into their room by myself and I approached them. What's up, y'all? Like, you know, I feel it. Like, what's the tea? What's going on? Like, we knew what's up. Like, I ain't with the weird shit. I'm gonna check it at the door. So I'm in there talking to them for a cool little hour, 2 hours, whatever the case is, and we get a better understanding of what I thought, you know. And you know, after that is when all the other stuff kept happening. Them talking about me behind my back, smiling at me in my face, but talking shit about me behind my back. Mad because I said that the house was divided. Mad because they was on live talking to a girl that was supposed to come to the house that they had plans on jumping. So when I heard that, I'm like, is that y'all on live being friendly with this girl? And I said, ain't that the same girl y'all supposed to be having come here thinking she finna start filming, but y'all got plans on jumping her?
Wow.
I said, is that the girl? I said, because I don't fucking get down like that. I said, y'all need to tell that girl that y'all want to fight her. So Tiny's all like, you don't know what the hell? I said, yes, you told me the other day in the room, so I'm not even talking to you. I said, who all want to fight her? More than 4 people raised their hand from the Fab 5. So I said, okay, why you want to fight her? Why you want to fight her? Why the fuck you want to fight her? So Tiny gets mad and she storms off. And after all that, me and the other girls, they was able to talk it out. And, you know, I got a better understanding of what happened or whatever the case is. But y'all still not going to jump this girl. Because if y'all jump this girl, what's she going to do? She going to pin it on the bad bitches section. And the bad bitches section is going to be the ones that got to pay for the shit. Because she going to feel like y'all, the producers knew about it. She going to definitely feel like the cast members knew about it. And I'm not going to be a part of that. So I'm going to nip that in the bud at the door. So after all of that, let me see. After that happened, I gave them outfits and stuff, whatever the case is, and they took the outfits, and we never did the challenge. After that, let me see what else happened. It was some more stuff that happened. You probably gonna have to ask some questions because it's like these girls was just they're a lot of mouth, so it's really nothing that, you know. After we went to go they put their shoes on. I went to put my shoes on. None of the girls want to fight. They didn't want to do nothing. They didn't want to, you know, tussle. They didn't want to. I said, do y'all want to fuck? Because at this point, y'all don't want to do shit else. I said, bitch, do you want me to finger bang you? Because I'm not touching on you dirty ass bitches, but I'll finger bang the fuck out of you if that's what you want. Like, other than that, I don't know what you guys wanting from me. I'm getting kind of, my mental state is kind of coming back. I suffer from bipolar depression and shit. You know, pain is what I love. So at this point, I'm a whole complete different person, and I'm running around with my head chopped off trying to get a fade, and nobody wanted it. So I'm like, I'm going home. You're not filming shit, and shit getting done. I'm going the fuck home. Like, at this point, this is just some bullshit. Why would I come into this house and make enemies with bitches all around the world, and I travel all around the world, and I don't know these hoes from a can of paint? I came in here being fucking fair and neutral with everybody. And just so happened, my B coming in there being me, I created the friendships that I created. And one of those people happened to be Natural, and the other rest of those people was Chanel, Red, Dolce, the biggest, you know, Ling came in towards the end, and, you know, I gravitated to her. She gravitated to me. And, you know, that's the badass crew. And that's how we became the badass crew. and against the Fab Four, and it's been bullshit ever since. The plan was for me to leave on Thursday, which is a day before filming was over. So, I went, they did the last thing that they did with Natural. They did a scene with that, and she'll tell you about how that went. But they did a scene with that, and we left it at that. And after that, I went home because it's like at this point, it's really nothing for me to do. They had me do a confessional, and the Fab Four was sitting there. I said, I'm still gonna say with the same shit that I gotta say. I don't know if you think I'm finna dummy some shit down, but I'm saying fuck y'all. Do any of y'all want to fight? I'm finna leave right now. Do anybody need a hug or a fade? And nobody wanted a fade. Bitches gave a hug, so I said it is what it is at this point. I leave the house, and I'm getting caught again. These bitches are talking about you, they this, they that, you kissing Natural ass, you this, you that, and if you got a problem with it, they gonna T said he gonna have his sister slap me, and come to find out they had a problem with me because I built a relationship with Natural.
So basically, they were upset.
They was upset and started throwing little threats saying, I'll have my sister slap her. She nothing but an ass kisser. But even if I was an ass kisser, you got to understand this. I'm kissing the right ass. I'm kissing the ass for her to still be on y'all show. This ain't my show. I'm not filming. I'm kissing her ass for her to be on y'all show if that was the case. But ain't nobody kissing nobody ass. I stick up for what's wrong. I mean, for what's right. I don't stick up for what's wrong. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And right was where we was where we was the fuck at. And we wasn't over there with the wrong. She came in trying to be neutral with everybody, and she came in having to right is right and wrong is wrong. Y'all coming in here picking on me. Y'all coming in here talking about some telling Chanel that she had to choose sides and stuff. And it's like, hold the fuck on. Like, get to know a bitch first. Y'all don't even know us, but y'all, they felt it. They felt it. They felt my aura. They felt my demeanor. They felt my posture. They felt this boss ass bitch vibes. And the bitches got uncomfortable. So
Definitely so. There's a lot of questions in the comments, so I'm gonna start getting to them. So one question I do want to ask that I know everybody want to know about. I heard through the grapevine that you guys did a photo shoot and the photos were used for an intent that you guys didn't know about, and you also weren't able to receive footage and photos. Can you talk about that?
yeah, so it's still through the grapevine because I have not yet seen it for myself. But as you heard, I've heard the same thing that from season, not from this is still season one, but from the first filming that they did to now, that the pictures that they've been using, they have been posting them on the internet, using it to meet up with guys and get money or some shit like that. And
Oh wow.
yeah, some weird stuff. I don't know the details of it. I really just heard something like that. And from there, I reached out to get my pictures and stuff, and that's when they told me no, they won't be giving me my pictures, or they won't be giving me any clips or any videos to the show, because they felt like at that point, because I kissed Natural's ass, and they thought that I was trying to beg her to be on my show. But stay tuned for her episode, for her podcast, because she gonna tell it like it is. I ain't have to beg, I ain't have to ask, I didn't have to do nothing. It was where wrong, it was where right was at, and right was over here.
Mhm.
And in the midst of that, you damn right I'm a network. You damn right I'm gonna let her know I got my own thing going on, and this ain't how it's gonna be up over here. You damn right I'm gonna say a little something and see what she says, and it went from there.
True. Okay. Something else people wanted to know about was um, what was the question that? Something about can you clarify how many girls were there? And it was a Fab Five and the Badass Crew. Were there any girls who were not in any group?
Yeah, there was Unique and Sparkle and Red. Well, Red is a part of the Badass Crew. So yeah, Unique and Sparkle was just two people in the middle, and I called their asses out too.
To figure out where they stood?
Yeah, because they were like two fly on the walls. And Unique, I found out that she was going. She Unique used to be in our room all the time, talking to us, and chilling with us and having fun with us. But coming to find out, she was going back, actually telling all the people, telling the Fab Four what was going on in our room. So when I found out about her, she also was another person that had auditioned for the Zodiac house, and she also was another person that was kissing my ass for whatever reason she felt like she needed to. And when I had the house meeting and I checked and humbled Tiny and all her little minions, I also turned around and checked her and said, "Bitch, you the reason why this fucking telephone is going on as well." Tiny said that everybody in the house is playing telephone, getting rumors going. And I told Tiny, I said, "Bitch, but you're the one picking up the telephone." And I said, and I turned around to Unique, and bitch, you the one putting on your friends on three-way, ho. I said, y'all all doing this shit up in here. Y'all all playing telephone, putting y'all friends on the phone, and that's how we finding out what the fuck y'all saying in that room.
So why do you think they were talking about y'all and then not being upfront about what they were saying? Do you think they were trying to just stir a beef for when the cameras came? Because they were aware that there was no filming going on too, right?
Yeah, they was aware. They was definitely aware. I just feel like me, when I have people who don't like me for no reason and they get so angry for no reason, it's just an emotion that they can't control. It's an emotion of jealousy that they can't control, and I pray that I never have to ever endure that feeling in my life, because I can tell that it's very uncomfortable. So then they had to get it out their chest, get it behind closed doors. Cause they already see that the new girls ain't no punk ass bitches. We some bitches that's gonna get with your program and whatever program you want to be on. I could be a gangbanger just like you. I banged on you as well, and you didn't say anything. You didn't even bang on me back. You didn't even nudge. You should have punched me in my face. You should have did something. You should have jumped at me, but you didn't leap. I can't respect you. I can't fuck with you. I can't deal with none of y'all hoes over there, because we just cut from a different cloth. Y'all want to sit up there and talk behind closed doors, but when it's time to confront y'all, it's nothing. And I know people probably like, well, why y'all didn't fight? Why y'all didn't fight? The animosity wasn't coming from this side. The animosity was coming from the other side. So I didn't have enough stuff to build. I didn't have enough stuff to build up to make me have to hit a bitch, but I'm gonna check a bitch, hoping that a bitch either check me back or swing or do whatever it is she want to do so I can get with her program. But the bitches couldn't even do that, so I couldn't respect them. You bitches is nothing. You bitches is beneath me.
True. I feel you. So, bringing back to the reason that you came to be on the show, trying to get connections and things from your show. Someone in the comments said, "With the Dolce Bala, now the show is blacklisted by Zeus and not even on a platform." Is that part of the reason why you decided not to work with them because you started to hear that, or?
No, so going back on to the reason why I entered the Bad Bitches Section House was to get my own feel of how it is to be on a reality TV show. I'm thinking that I'm gonna come into a show and it's gonna be 100% legit and X, Y, and Z. So I'm gonna go in there and do my shit and show my personality, because my personality is big itself when I'm in my mode. So when I went in there, I expected to gain the knowledge of how to run a show. For one, I expected to gain professionalism for two, and for three, I expected for there to be a show ran professionally. And unfortunately, when I went in there, I didn't have the best experience. Prior to going into the house, I was already hearing rumors about them. But once again, I am not the type of person that be like, "Oh, this was said about you, this was said about you, so I'm not gonna fuck with you." I'm gonna go see for myself. Our vibe might be different. Our shit might, we might connect or something. So, I built a little relationship with them, went into the house, and it just kind of turned from there. It kind of, it flopped from there, and it wasn't what I expected it to be. And the professionalism was not there. And in the midst of that, not only did you guys try to jump and charge at one girl, you guys scared me. You guys scared the fuck out of me, to the point where I felt like I needed to go home. So I had went home for that night because I was terrified. You guys tried to jump this girl and still charging at her while we're trying to defend her and hold her back and hold y'all back at the same time. It was just too much. So I took my experience that I had and made my decision based off of the experience that I personally had. Not only that, I took them to Rainbow to get some outfits, whatever the case is. Some of the girls needed a few more things for the photo shoot. And when I took them to do the get the clothes from Rainbow, because we wasn't allowed to wear name brand, I ended up noticing that they were stealing out of there. And when I noticed that they were stealing, I ended up purchasing my things, and I left. And they ended up going to the next store. But I'm just looking like, if y'all get caught, I'm the driver. So it's like I just
Right.
tried to stay far away from them, because it's like I don't even know how this is gonna play out. Like, I don't know y'all if y'all gonna get past these censors. I don't know, now y'all we in the next store, and I don't know if they in there stealing. So I just went and stayed to the front of the store so y'all could see if they got something going on. I don't have nothing to do with it. So I stayed in the front by the cashier register because I ain't need nothing out of there. And I'm not finna be, because the loss prevention people was circling around us like, they might already know them niggas or something. I don't know. But I was staying far away from them. And when they finally got done, I went to my car first, checking out the scene and making sure, because it's like, damn, I don't even know how to approach them, because do they know that I see that they still in? And, they trying to hide it from me too, but I see you already. And it's like, how y'all gonna do me like that? Like, why would y'all put me in that situation? So all the rumors that I heard, I actually experienced them for myself.
Mm. So even with hearing the rumors and still experiencing it yourself, you still tried to give them a fair chance to work with them and try to get your experience on the show until you just said no, no
Yeah.
more for me.
Yeah. Even when I left the house, I was still a part of the show. I was still willing, I stayed until the end, or whatever the case is. We got a lot of stuff done. When I left, there wasn't even really no filming or nothing anyway. So when I left, the show was over. And I when I was there, I did my thing. From confessions to any scenes that we did do, from partying and hanging or whatever to shaking ass, I gave you a whole show. So when I left the house, it was more so on the "I'ma see y'all later." But coming to find out that that wasn't the case, it kind of like, I knew that I wasn't gonna work with y'all as far as a season 2 or doing nothing further. But I was expecting to get my pictures and have this episode going and stuff. But they ended up blocking me out of the group chat, then added me back in the group chat. And then when they added me in the group chat, I made a comment and said, this shit right here, I can't fuck with. I want my pictures at this point. Y'all sending threats through the mail and stuff, and it's like, I ain't getting jiggy with that. So they're all like, you ain't getting shit. You ain't getting nothing. This is the producers talking like this. You ain't getting shit. And then block me again. And they blocked me from when, I guess the next day when I had left, they blocked me because they had made us a post on Facebook talking about Natural, saying that she was sleeping on the couch or some weird ass shit like that. So at that time, me, her, and Rolly was on FaceTime, not on no cameras or nothing. We at home talking about my experience and what I just went through and what Natural just went through. And somebody sent her that, and we went to live. We like, let's go live and talk about this. Since they trying to blast you, we finna go live. So we went live, and on the live, some things came out. Everybody had something to say, and that's they blocked me again.
Oh my goodness, that is just crazy.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like, damn, where the cameras at? Am I being pranked? Like,
For real. Um, I also heard that during you guys' time on the show, there was a life coach or something like that that came in. Do you want to
yeah.
tell us anything about that?
I
Was
don't
that
really have
actually
to.
filmed?
Huh?
Was that part actually filmed?
The life coach session part that we had with her was actually filmed. We had one-on-ones with her. I don't know when we had, like, when it was all of us together and she was trying to calm us down. I don't know if that part was being filmed or not, but she tried to mediate and help. But I felt like it was kind of going off topic because we talking about what's going on up in here. We ain't talking about our life and stuff. We talking about, I can care less about what somebody else's personal problem is. You should have left that out the door. You shouldn't have brought that here into this show. I'm not gonna come in here mad because my brother just this, my brother just that, or I'm gonna leave that shit out the door and pick it up when I leave. And a lot of bitches didn't know how to do that. They brought their emotions and their baggage from at home into that house, and it got too personal up in there. And that's why this is how it is, because the producers became way too close to the cast members. And from my understanding, Tiny is a cast member, but she's also a producer because she's the one disputing y'all Airbnbs, but she's not really a producer. So how is she how you expect for me to respect her? So I'm gonna call it out again. So we sitting out there having a meeting, and Chanel's all like, yeah, so, everybody just needs to be quiet. We all need to know what everybody feel. Everybody should be able to talk and say what they want to say at one time. And she's all like, I feel like Tiny is in agreement. Chanel was more of a neutral person in the whole thing. She was very neutral, and they didn't like that. But this particular day, she's all like, she even tried to include Tiny into the production, because at this point Chanel is a co-producer, and she was speaking to us, and I'm listening to her like I should. But then when she got to the point where, hey Tiny, you want to piggyback? Don't you feel the same way? I said, Tiny don't feel shit. I said, Tiny shit, bitch, you still in the learning process. You ain't no producer. And I said, but I said, I'm not gonna listen to nothing that come out of your mouth, because you ain't up there yet. You ain't up there.
Mm-mm. So, do you think they're gonna include you in the show?
I can tell you this: if they don't, there's no show.
Mm.
There's no show, because not only did I give a show whenever they filmed me when I was by myself doing my dope ass confessionals. When I was filming with the badass crew. So we were the show. Anytime we was even creating, we was in there trying to create scenes on our phones and shit, because there was no cameras rolling and there was no scenes being filmed. So we sitting up there trying to figure out how the hell is this gonna turn into a show. There's no narrative. There's nothing. Like, only thing we're doing is shaking ass. Like, at this point, it's a big ass kickback, and everybody is upset. I did my intro to the show 3 days later, and I'm mad. I ain't even got the same face that I had when I first walked in here. I was a little more excited versus on the third day. I'm mad now. I want to beat a bitch ass. So now I gotta pretend to come walk up in here and, hey, like, fuck you bitches. Still, y'all should have recorded this when I first came.
You mentioned that you guys were using phones trying to create scenes. Did you see any producers or cameramen using phones to film anything?
I sure did. They use their phone and their tablet and two little portable lights that would charge up, that kept dying every 30 minutes.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
the camera, the lights, the phone, all of it just kept dying after 30 minutes. There was one camera, one phone, one tablet, and two tablet lights that they had. Looked like a little set that came together from Amazon or something.
Hmm. Okay. So do you think that the show will have any success when it airs if they could use the correct scenes?
If they use the correct scenes, I feel like their show would probably be good enough to be on the Instagram. But as far as being picked up from a TV show, they're gonna see for themselves. There's no narrative. We don't understand what's going on. The Fab Four never recorded. They never did any scenes. But how do they have all these confessions? And it's just really all over the place. And as we speak, as today, and as I speak to the badass crew, we're still trying to figure out how they're gonna pull it off as well. So as far as being successful, no. On the platform, no. But as far as being maybe Instagram to give somebody a show for, do y'all want to see how our kickback week went? Maybe, yeah, they probably, because the badass crew was in there, I was in there, and Natural was in there. So, but as far as like streaming episode after episode, I mean, they don't really have nothing to give.
True. Okay. That's good to know and interesting to find out when the show drops. Speaking of show drops, when do you plan to have your show air, Zodiac House?
Zodiac House will probably be aired in July, towards the end of July. Not like
Okay.
some people, I'm taking my time.
True, as you should.
Yeah.
Any more things that went on during this process of filming this show that you want to tell us about or that you want to discuss or address? Because I mean, we basically went through it all.
Yeah, I just want to, reassure that I'm not here to bash anybody or, say anything about where they're coming from as far as how they're starting their show or whatever the case is. I'm just simply here to speak on my experience and what I had to go through. And unfortunately, it just was a bad experience, and I have nothing good to say about these people. I can say, if they are watching, Isaiah, you are a great person, and I hope you is able to drift away from T, because he is going to demolish your career. He is going to make you not be able to progress to being the great person that you are. He's going to continue to hold you back. and you need to let him go and let me know if I can be a rescue to you, because I would be willing to take you underneath my wings and show you the right way and get you away from that man, because he's gonna demolish you.
Okay. Anything? That's a great statement to hear. I mean to give. I'm talking about here. Anything that you want to say to any of the cast members?
To Tiny, I'ma beat your ass. To Lucky, I'ma beat your ass too. To the Fab motherfucking four, I'm running up on y'all. So y'all better hope I don't find out where the fuck the reunion is at. Because if y'all have one, I'm going to get it and I will be there. And I'm not talking anymore. I'm just running up on you bitches, and I'm gonna keep on saying what I say, and I'm gonna stand on it. And I'm gonna also show you guys how to run a real out show. Because besides the gangsta in me, as far as when I get mad, I'm a very professional person, and I really like to just get down to business. So, with that being said, stay tuned for the Zodiac House. We finna go up. We finna do it the right way. Tiny, Lucky, and Perk, whoever y'all the fuck y'all is, I'll see y'all soon if you have a reunion, because I'm still gonna dig in that ass.
Well, that was definitely a mouthful.
Yep.
Um, anything else that you want to tell us about Zodiac House or anything else that you have coming up? This is your time to definitely promote yourself.
Well, just stay tuned. I do have a lot of people coming from other networks, as far as Zoos, as far as Big Legs. I have people coming from Jocelyn's Cabaret. That's going to be on my show. I have people coming from Big Lex's show coming onto my show. I have people that's been in Medea's coming onto my show. So it's
Okay.
definitely something. It's definitely something to watch. So the main people that you've seen on those episodes of Jocelyn and the main people that you've seen on Big Lex, it's definitely a part of the Zodiac House, and we going the fuck up. So tune in, because it's definitely gonna be a show.
Okay. Let me know when you're doing the all male one because I'm definitely coming.
Period. That's definitely coming as well, and we're definitely Zodiac House is not something that's gonna stay in Las Vegas. I only copywritten, as you can hear, copywritten Zodiac House, so that I can attach that to any state, because I'm a traveler from the U.S. to outside of the U.S. So I definitely will be taking the Zodiac House and taking it all around the world to give everybody that I can an opportunity to be seen and get picked up from my show, because they will.
Okay, definitely so. Any advice you want to give to any upcoming producers, women wanting to get in the industry? Any advice you want to give us? Let us know.
Yeah, I definitely want to let you guys know, being a producer, you guys need to set boundaries for yourself. Make sure that you don't get too comfortable with your cast members. Make sure that you hold yourself up to expectation up here and never scoop down here, no matter what is no matter what is challenging you. Don't don't go there with a cast member. You're not even supposed to let cast members know too much about what your show is about. They're supposed to just come and do what they do. Don't get too involved with them. Make sure you hold yourself as the decent boss that you are, and don't let anybody get in your ear. Social media will also tear things down. If you have anything you want to address, with your cast members or anything like that, make sure you go to the source. Don't do the group talking when it comes down to personal problems and stuff. And just make sure you hold yourself professionally, because one wrong move can be the wrong move for the rest of your life, and nobody's gonna want to fuck with you anymore. So if you come into this type of field, just make sure you stay true to who you are, stick up for what's right, stand by what's right, and I promise you, you will succeed and be progress, because that's what I'm doing. I can only give what I'm doing, and I'm a very pure person. I'm a very genuine person. I love hard, and that's why I had to hire more producers, so that my cast members won't step the boundaries over with me, because I'll end up loving on them, hugging them, comforting them, and I have to give my respect. So I gotta I have to put a chain of command. Make sure you guys have a chain of a command when it comes down to being a producer. They shouldn't be able to just access you that easily. That's not how you get your respect.
I think that's a good line of advice for bosses in general. Make sure you have a good chain of commands because, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, sometimes people get too friendly or they can confuse their roles or what's
Yeah.
going on and talk to people in a certain kind of way in certain
Mm-hmm.
moments, and that might be a trigger for them in that moment. Just because
Yeah.
yesterday, oh, we was all drinking, chilling, smoking, and all that. Today we film and we got to put our business caps on. You can't
Mm-hmm.
be bitch, come here, bitch, do that, bitch.
Yeah, you got to know
You
when to
can't
turn
do
it
all
on, when to
that.
turn it off, because you can't. Of course, I have a whole another side of me. Of course, I'm ghetto. That's just who I am. I am me. but I also know when to turn it off and get straight to the business. Because when I'm about business, I'm about business. I'm Dora when I'm about business. So I'm completely different than what you're gonna see when I'm comfortable. And when I'm in business, when I'm in filming, when I'm in mode, you ain't gonna get. There's no comfortable. I'm not comfortable.
True. Okay. Anything else you want to tell us or leave us with? Because I basically asked all my questions and the questions in the comments. Everybody not saying Zodiac House going up, so I can't wait
Yep.
to see that.
Zodiac House is definitely going up. Y'all gonna be up in on your seats on the edge of y'all beds. Y'all gonna be freaking mad, sad, horny, ready to jump in the screen, ready to something. It's gonna make you feel all kind of mixed emotions. But at the end of the day, you're gonna see the purpose and the vision and the moral of the show. It's not just gonna be a show. There's a story to tell for sure.
Okay, yes. And one more thing. Well, two more things actually. One, can you clarify who is all a part of the badass crew? Because I keep seeing different girls say badass crew, badass crew. I'm trying to keep up with the names.
Well, Mei Ling is a part of the Badass Crew. Red is also a part of the Badass Crew. Chanel is a part of the Badass Crew. Dolce is a part of the Badass Crew. And the Biggest is a part of the Badass Crew.
Okay, shout out to the badass crew.
And I hope I didn't forget anybody. If I did, I am so sorry. But those is my bitches. They gonna ride when it's time to ride. And we all think the same. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And we stick up for what's right. And that's just our code.
True. Okay. And the last question I have, are there any final words that you have for T and Isaiah, the producers and CEOs from the other show? Just speaking
Um,
producer to producer, business partner to business partner.
you said, do I have any last remarks for who?
T and Isaiah.
Who?
Why you make me ask say that name again?
Because I don't even know who that is.
Well, I guess that sums it up.
I don't even
Yeah.
know who that is.
Well, you heard it here, you guys. Straight from Bougieneenaa. Thank you so much for coming, giving us this exclusive.
You're
And we definitely
welcome.
stay in tune for Zodiac House.
Yep, because we going the fuck up. We going up. I cannot wait.
Yes, before you leave, shout out your Instagram for you and for Zodiac House and for your business.
My Instagram is BOUGIENEENAA at BOUGIENEENAA with two A's at the end. And then my Zodiac page is called Zodiac House underscore Las Vegas. So tune in, like, follow, go see what you see. And yeah, stay tuned.
Okay, and does your beauty business have a page as well?
My Beauty Keys page was the Zodiac page. I had turned it into the Zodiac page because
Okay.
it was already something that was established. So Beauty Keys is getting represented off of my page. Anybody who knows me personally or anybody who wants to know or want any sets or anything, go ahead and feel free to reach out to me off of my BOUGIENEENAA page. I would definitely send you the catalog of what I have. I definitely got new stuff coming in, new summer sets, new classes to take. So if you guys are interested in any of that, of any of, how I became a boss or, learning how to maintain being a boss or working from home or, just not having just to work a 9 to 5, go ahead and DM me because I got you.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Miss Bougiana. It
You're
was so great
welcome.
talking to you.
And thank you for having me.
No problem. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Me too. Thank you.
No problem. Well, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Before you leave, make sure you like and subscribe. Stay tuned because this Thursday we have another exclusive from Miss Natural. So stay tuned. We are getting more into this story and other stories. So just follow me on Instagram at Min Williams to see all the different flyers of the different interviews. Thanks again. Make sure you share. Tune in next time.